Alright guys, we are going to talk about some more story problems. So in the previous video, I did the story problems that we had on page 68 that we had skipped before. The next page that we skipped some story problems on was page 74, or this was the third from last page in your packet. It says elimination with multiplication on it. We skipped two story problems in here. So we're going to want to take a look at those. Now, again, these are kind of sneaky and tricky type problems because they don't already give me my equation. I have to write my equation, then I have to solve my equation. Okay, so we want to very carefully read these and then probably read them again. So the difference of 3 times a number x and y is equal to -4. 2 times the number x plus 2 times the number y is equal to 72. Find the numbers. Now, I'll tell you right now, usually one sentence is about one equation and the other sentence is about the other equation. And it's really about knowing these keywords. So this first sentence, if I read it carefully again, it says the difference of 3 times a number x and y is equal to -4. Okay, I just highlighted the whole thing. But as I go through, we can kind of talk about what some of these words means. Like difference is subtraction. 3 times a number x. So 3 times a number x. And y is always a really good equals word. -4. So like if you look at it, it doesn't make sense, much sense right now, like -3 times x, y equals -4. But when it says the difference of a number and y, we are subtracting those two numbers. So I have to rearrange the order here a little bit. So we should have 3 times the number x minus y, because we're going to take the difference of 3 times the number x and y, is equal to -4. So that's the whole blue equation. Now the next sentence is talking about our other equation. We're always going to have to write 2 so that I can solve for both letters. So when this says 2 times a number x plus 2 times a number y is equal to 72. That one's a little bit easier, a little bit more straightforward, I feel like. We have 2 times a number x plus 2 times a number y is equal to 72. Find the numbers. So maybe it's a little bit of a spoiler because this is on elimination with multiplication, but it is kind of easier to use elimination here. The x's aren't the same number, and neither are the y's, but if I multiply this top equation by 2, then I'll have like a -2 right here and a +2, and that will be 0, and they'll cancel out, so they'll eliminate, which is what I want. So if I times that guy by 2, my brand new equation will be 6x minus 2y equals -8. And then if I add that with the top equation, we'll have 2x plus 6x is 8x. 2y minus 2y is 0, so it's gone. And then 72 minus 8 is 64. And then because I only have an x here, I can solve for x by dividing the 8. And so x equals 8. But I also have to find y. So, I don't know. I guess I'll take that top equation. I don't love it because it's got a negative. So 3x minus y equals -4, but in place of x, I'll put 8. So we'll have 3 times 8 minus y equals -4, which 3 times 8 is 24, minus y equals -4. I'll subtract the 24, and have negative y equals negative 28, and then just change both the signs. So I found both the numbers. X is 8 and y is 28. Okay. Now with a story problem, it doesn't necessarily need to be an ordered pair, but you could write it as 8 comma 28 if you wanted. Alrighty. Down here, we got Nathan is selling 5 cupcakes and 6 lollipops for $10.75. And Olivia is selling 3 cupcakes and 4 lollipops for $6.75. How much do they each cost? So, kind of Nathan selling his cupcakes and lollipops for this amount of money all go together as one equation. And then Olivia selling her 3 cupcakes and 4 lollipops for this amount of money is my other equation. Now, because I don't know how much each cupcake costs and how much each lollipop costs, that's like 2 over and over again numbers that I don't know. So the best way to write these are in standard form, which is good too because elimination and standard form go hand in hand. So we'll have 5c plus 6l equals 1075. And I'm just calling them C and L so that I remember better, like which one is the cupcake and which one is the lollipop. And it was 5 cupcakes, so 5C, and 6 lollipops. Again, I just find that helpful when I'm solving for things, so like I know what I solved for. And then Olivia's problem is very similar, except she had 3 cupcakes and 4 lollipops for $6.75. Now, unfortunately, they are lined up like in standard form, which is real nice, but neither number is like an opposite. So I could do times by 3 on the top and times by 5 on the bottom, because then they'll both be 15. Or what's maybe more interesting to do is I could times by 2 on the top for 12, and then 3 on the bottom for 12. I'm going to do that. That's kind of fun. So I'm going to times the top one by 2, and then the bottom one really by -3 so that I can just add. So if I take this top one and times it all by 2, we're looking at 10c plus 12l equals, let's see, oh my gosh, 1075 and 1075 is 21.50. 75 and 75 is $1.50. And then if I take the bottom equation and times it by -3, it will have -9c minus 12l equals, oh my word, I just have to multiply this. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1, 2, 21, 18, 20. So 2025. Oh my goodness, multiplication. And I don't know where my phone is, and my desk is a mess. So we're just going to go with it. Okay, so then when I add them up, 10c minus 9c is 1c. 12l minus 12l is 0l. And then when I subtract here, I get $1.25. So 1 cupcake is $1.25. But then I got to plug it in and figure out how much the lollipops are. I guess that bottom equation is a little bit better. So if I take 3c, but now I know that c is $1.25 plus 4l equals $6.75. I can multiply here. So 125, 125, 125 is 375 plus 4l equals 675. Subtract your 375. And so on my word, we'll have 4l equals $3. And then divide by 4, which is just 75 cents. So L equals 0.75. Sorry, it's so teeny tiny. Alrighty. Now, the last page that we need to do, which I'm probably going to do in a different video, I just don't want it to be super duper long, is our last page here. So I'll post it separately from this just because I don't want our videos to be epically long.